Hey, Nathen Daniel here. It's Monday, so it's time for another video. The New Year's just started, and so I've been reflecting a lot. I try to assess the past year, and one of the things that I realized is that whether it was a good year or a bad year, 2017 is dead and gone, and we can move on, and hopefully 2018 will be a little better. One thing I did realize is that 2017 taught me a lot of lessons, and it taught me a lot about myself. And so I just wanted to share some of those lessons with you. If you're one of my patrons on Patreon, I've also typed up a post that covers each one of these lessons in detail and a little bit about the struggles through the past year that taught me these lessons. So if you're a patron, go ahead and check that out. If you're not, you should be, and you can follow the link in the description box below. The first thing that I learned in 2017 were a few lessons in humility. None of us are better than anybody else, and all of us are replaceable in a general sense. Something that I am reminded of over and over because I have an amazing knack at forgetting is that family is who we choose to spend our time with, not who we're born to. I learned that just because somebody asks you to doesn't mean you should. And this goes for personal life, but also in the job field as well. Something that I learned is that a lot of my problems would not even be problems if I would just listen to my gut. So that's something that I want to focus on in 2018. Trust myself a little more. Something else I learned is that we always say, a lot of us always say, I'd like to do this, or I wish I could do that, or one day I will. Why? There's no time like the present. Just jump in with both feet and do it. Something that I struggled with a lot, and now I realize shouldn't have been a struggle at all. It's okay to save yourself and leave people behind. Yeah, that's all I got there. Loving the idea of someone is not the same as being in love with them. And along the same lines, love fades if you don't give it the nourishment it needs. So make sure you take care of the people around you and the ones you love, the important people in your life. Something that never ceases to amaze me is how every step in life, every challenge prepares you for the next. There's nothing in my life that I could change or get rid of because everything has prepared me for where I am today. Something that surprised me because I am a really competitive person, but I was taught that losing is not always the same as not winning. And that was a really profound lesson for me, actually. Something that I think we all struggle with, especially if you're a control freak like me, is to accept the things that we cannot change. I hate the thought that there's something that I can't change in my life, or there's something that is out of my control. But I think that we would all be a lot less stressed out. We would have a lot more inner peace if we would look at those situations and just accept them and take a deep breath. Something that I think I was more reminded of because I've always been a really persistent person. But if one door closes, keep going until you find a window, and if you have to, smash that sucker out. Don't really smash out windows. I don't need people to say that I told them to do that. Being single does not always mean being alone. For several weeks or maybe a couple months or longer, I was as depressed as I've ever been in my entire life because to me, being single meant that I was alone and I had nobody to love me, and it was just miserable. You're not alone. You have people who love you. You have people to go do stuff with. Just get out and go do it. You're not alone. And along the same lines is you have to enjoy your own company before you can enjoy your time with anybody else. There's a lot of people who play musical relationships where as soon as one ends, they jump into another one. I think you really have to take that time to figure out who you are, because being in a relationship with somebody really does change you. And so you have to be at peace with yourself before you can be at peace with somebody else. And the last and most important lesson that 2017 taught me is that nobody can love you like you love yourself. You spend more time with yourself than you will ever spend with anybody else in the entire world. You should probably treat yourself good. Be your best friend. Those are my lessons from 2017. In the comment section below, let me know some of the challenges that you faced, some of the lessons you learned, or maybe some of the lessons you were reminded of. Life really does come in seasons. Some are longer than others, some are shorter, some are harder to get through than others. But everything's turned out okay until now, so there's no reason to think that it won't. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button, it really helps me out. If you want to follow me on social media, it's at Nathen Daniel on Twitter, at Nathen Daniel03 on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Patreon, pretty much everywhere else. But that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, until next time, be loud, be heard, but most importantly, be yourself. See ya.